For this amazing trade to work smoothly, there needed to be a central place where East met West. That place was a magnificent city called Constantinople. Perfectly located between Europe and Asia, it sat on a crossroads of major trade routes, both on land and at sea. For centuries, it was the capital of the powerful Byzantine Empire and was one of the largest and richest cities in the world. Its strategic position meant that almost all the valuable goods from the East had to pass through its markets before they could continue their journey into Europe. This made the city incredibly important, a true gateway for commerce. The trade was managed by different groups of skilled merchants. Arab traders were masters of the first part of the journey. They would sail their ships, called dhows, across the Indian Ocean, gathering spices from India and the Spice Islands. They also traveled by camel caravans across the deserts of the Middle East, bringing their precious cargo to ports on the Mediterranean Sea. From there, they would take the goods to the bustling markets of Constantinople. Here, they met their European counterparts, ready to buy the goods and take them on the next leg of their journey. Once the spices and silks arrived in Constantinople, a new set of merchants took over. These were the powerful traders from Italian city-states like Venice and Genoa. The Venetians, in particular, had built a huge trading empire and had a special agreement with the rulers of Constantinople. They had their own docks and warehouses in the city. They would buy the spices from the Arab merchants at a high price and load them onto their own ships. These Italian sailors were experts at navigating the Mediterranean Sea and would transport the goods back to Italy, ready for distribution across the rest of Europe. Because of this system, Constantinople was known as the gateway of European trade. Nothing could get into Europe from the east without passing through this city. The rulers of the city knew this and became very wealthy by taxing all the goods that came through its ports. The Italian merchants also made enormous profits. They controlled the supply of spices to Europe, so they could charge very high prices. A bag of pepper that was bought in India for a small amount could be sold in London or Paris for a fortune. This made Venice one of the richest cities in Europe, but it also meant that only the very wealthy could afford these luxuries.